The government moving to liquidation following failed talks in China. This latest decision announced by Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie in a national address last night is the government's best resolution to ensuring the multi-billion-dollar resort is completed and opened. Prime Minister Christie is adamant that there should and must be a Bahamian solution to the matter and will be seeking for the Supreme Court's approval on its latest move. Now, Mr. Christie is building a timeline of how the parties arrived to this point, detailing conversations and moves by all parties. The Prime Minister says getting the resort opened soon is still the single biggest priority, and the process of seeing this investment opened is a matter of national sovereignty. We get more on our top story tonight from Clint Watson.
With the $3.5 billion mega Baha resort 97% complete, the government is moving to bring the Baha development under the control and supervision of the Bahamian Supreme Court, with the Attorney General on Thursday filing a winding-up petition against the 14 Bahamian entities that filed for Chapter 11 protection in the United States at the end of June.
These compulsory or involuntary winding-up proceedings are designed to work in very similar terms as Chapter 11, but with the stark difference that they will be controlled by a provisional liquidator under the supervision of the Bahamian courts rather than being controlled by Mr. Ismailian. The role of the liquidators will be to expedite the resolution of the matter and to prepare a plan for the restructuring of Baha that will result in the earliest possible completion and opening of the project.
Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie says the actions taken by the Attorney General are not designed to punish nor destroy Baha. Rather, he says the solution will recognize and respect the rights and legitimate interests of the key parties, including Baha and the Bahamian people. The nation's leader also disclosing the details that led to those failed talks in China to reach an agreement.
It transpired at the Beijing negotiations that Baha's additional funding requirements had increased considerably and now included not only funding for completion of construction, but funding to meet startup and operating expenses, funding to cover other liabilities, and deferral of principal and the initial balloon payments under the loan facility with Exim Bank.
The Prime Minister said notwithstanding the bank and construction companies' willingness to be flexible with the new development, Baha still stenched.
Baha still wanted an extended period for further negotiations, which was not acceptable. Baha was also not prepared to agree to terms which would have included the immediate discontinuance of their Chapter 11 bankruptcy proceedings in the United States.
Mr. Christie says he is convinced that they're on the right path.
One that will lead to the completion and opening of Baha in the near future. While it is true that there are still major obstacles to be overcome, I remain extremely optimistic about the end result. One that will not only ensure that employment of thousands of Bahamians, but the emergence as well of a resort destined for great success.
The government has arranged for a second payment of salaries of Baha's Bahamian employees, with a view to such payments being recovered in due course so as not to place any additional strain on the Bahamian taxpayer. Clint Watson, ZNS Network News.